What's up, witches? Good morning, Ginger Snap. Good morning to Lovely. Good morning, Maruta. Good morning, Lauren. Good morning, Sabrina. Good morning, witches. What's going on? Maruta, you're new here. Welcome. What's up? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you see me? I didn't want to put on my light this morning. What's up? Good morning, Nisi. Good morning, June. What's going on, guys? How we doing? Good morning. Hello. I see you. You see and hear me. Good. Oh, you're rocking lavender as well? Yes, that was the vibe today with this Pisces new moon, this very watery, very crown and third eye chakra energy. I was really feeling the lavender. Grand Ascension. Oh my, that's so, wow. That's a lot for this morning. Good morning, January. Good morning, Missy. Good morning, Linda. My tea is like already not hot again. What's up, guys? What's up? Good morning. I am working from home today, so we are at the casa, okay, for this new moon. That feels very right, very wonderful and restful. So I'm happy to be here. Yes, Nisi, yes. You might be a little in your feels as well due to this energy. But yeah, working from home today, so we are in the casa. If you are new around here, hi, I'm Allie, aka BronxWitch. This is the new moon reading. I usually come live on the new moons and full moons to do some readings for you guys. We've been doing this for so long now. It's kind of crazy. And it's evolved over time. And now it is a live sort of collective zodiac reading for the new moon or the full moon to help each zodiac sign, whether it's your sun, moon, or rising, kind of get a better understanding of how this moon's transition, this moon's current zodiac phase might impact you over the next few days, next couple of weeks. I am really enjoying these. I think you guys are enjoying them too. I like them because they're a lot more specific than just the full collective reading. But I will pull a card or two for the collective just to get an idea of what the sort of general energy or general advice from spirit is for all of us. But then I'll pull cards for each zodiac to give you a more specific message. And then, of course, if you want to get really, really specific, you can always book a private reading with me. We are going to talk about astrology, but I always let people know that I am not an astrologer. I follow a few astrologers that I really like. And I encourage you to do the same. And if astrological exploration is something that you're interested in, then you should reach out to an astrologer for sure. But we always talk about astrology because it just always comes up anyway. It comes up in the cards anyway. And for me, it comes up in my life and has for as long as I've been paying attention to it. And, it wouldn't make sense to not talk about. So we kind of base these readings around the moon phases, and we talk a little bit about the astrology of the moon phase that is associated with this time, and maybe other transits and things like that that might be important or have significance to folks. So that's what we do around these parts, okay? I want to thank you guys again. I'm probably never going to stop thanking you for helping us to raise the funds that we needed for a sign to go outside of HQ. I hope you guys saw my post. If you don't follow my shop on Instagram, come on, what are you doing? You can follow my shop at BronxWitch HQ, and I put up a couple posts about the sign. It looks so good outside. It has definitely been doing its job. It's amazing. The very first day last week we put it up, and we had people walking in being like, oh yeah, I saw your sign outside. So it's already paying off. It's huge. We're a local shop and we cater to our local community, and so marketing for us looks very local. And so a sign outside might seem sort of like silly almost, but it's hugely impactful for us. It's telling people in the neighborhood that we're there. So thank you guys so much. And I know I was joking a little bit about like raising money for lights and a microphone for recording and things like that, because you guys know mine are on their last legs. But I think I want to keep the focus on HQ. That's our baby. That's what we're all like benefiting from. And like, is good podcast equipment important? Sure. But there are things that we really need in the shop for our operation, and so I want to keep the focus there. So today, if the messages resonate for you, then you can do a super chat, a super thanks, or you can donate on the website bronxwitch.com. There's like a QR code somewhere up above me, I think, that you can use. And we desperately need a cash drawer. And I discovered that this weekend. Hello. Hi, Regina. How are you? Good morning. Welcome. We desperately need a cash drawer. We had like a full house in the shop for the first time. Since opening, in large part thanks to the amazing Chelsea, one of our shop witches, who taught an intro to herbalism class that was incredibly awesome, went super well, was sold out, packed house. So that meant we had a bunch of people in the shop, and I had a line at the register for the first time. Yes, to lines at the register. And I realized, oh man, we really need a real cash drawer. What we currently have is a box that I bought many moons ago when I was doing like my first like outdoor fair festival thing, and I just needed like a cash box that could lock, so I got like a little metal cash box that locked. It doesn't have individual drawers for the different types of money. You have to like pick everything up to like get down to the bottom and whatever, and it really held up the process. So when I was doing that yesterday, or wait, what's today, Monday, when I was doing that on Saturday, I was like, oh yeah, we really could use a cash drawer. Aside from the fact that it's also just like security too, like something more secure than that, like we need something heavier. Oh, thank you, DeLovely. Yes, full shop vibes. Yes, thank you. I received that, and may everything you give to me come back to you 3 times 3. So I was like, this is holding up the process. We definitely need a cash drawer, but it's also for security. And then along with the cash drawer, we really need those like baggies. If you guys have ever worked in like hospitality or whatever, you get these like blue bags from the bank, and sometimes you can get like the really good ones that lock. for storing money in and like transporting money to the bank safely and things like that. So along with the drawer, we need a couple of things like that, like a locking file cabinet, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, success with the shop means needing more security, and we have a very secure space. We have cameras in every single room. We have cameras in the building. We have a doorman. We have a super. We have a porter. Like, the building's always super secure. Ask your bank. Oh, yeah, maybe they'll give me those baggies. I don't think they'll give me the locking ones, though. Those are like Gucci. But they will probably have the like little ones. Thank you. Oh, awesome. Sometimes it's $15 for one. Okay. Okay, I'll check. Thanks. See? So I share these things with you guys. Thank you, Lauren. Good to know. Yeah, you have to pay for the lock ones. Right. That's what I figure. Okay, good to know. Yay! Okay, also awesome. So yeah, so I wanted to focus on that type of stuff because we definitely need it. And so today, if the messages resonate with you, if you want to contribute to the shop, our growing community, our spiritual shop and work share space in the Bronx, then you can do that with a super chat, a super thanks, a donation. If you donate funds, it is going to go towards our new drawer. And if you want to donate physical items to the space, then we have an Amazon registry, and you can access that from the links down in the description box. There's like a blurb somewhere for ways to support, and there is a link to an Amazon registry where things like a locking file cabinet and like other security things and like money related things are, and just other things that we need, like toilet paper. Shout out to Addie for hooking us up with toilet paper, stuff like that. So yeah, check out the registry if you would like to donate physical supplies that we need for the space. But if you feel called to donate funds, then anything you donate to this video in a super chat or a super thanks or a donation on the website is going to go to our new cash drawer. Yes, so that the line is, moves a little faster in anticipation of there being more lines. And thank you for that tip, Lauren. Okay, I am definitely going to ask them for a cash bag. I did not know that. Yay! Oh, hey, celebrate the first super chat from Linda. Yes, Linda, thank you. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Sabrina. Good vibes. Yes, I receive it. I radiate it right back to you. You got your cash register from Walmart. Okay, I was looking at one on Amazon. Oh, you'll donate in person and get, oh, thank you, Missy. That's really sweet. You can also try donating on the website if you'd like. The QR code somewhere should take you there. And also you can go to BronxWitch.com, and in the ways to support page, there should be a donation, like donate funds button. Yes, Sirens. Where were you earlier when I was shooting my ASMR footage? Do you guys follow me on Instagram? Do you like my ASMR videos that I've been doing? Thank you, Maruta. Thank you. Back to you 3 times 3. Yes, $3. I like that. I like the vibe of that. Yeah, so it is the new moon. Yeah, true. Yeah, when I make my next deposit, I'll be like, can I get a bag for this? And thank you, Lauren. Hopefully they feel the same way, It'd be kind of cranky in my local bank sometimes, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, so I hope you guys are having a beautiful new moon so far. The new moon is upon us as we speak. It happened early this morning, 2:08 a.m. I think, or 3, I think maybe 2-ish this morning Eastern Standard Time. It is a new moon in Pisces. You guys probably cannot not know this. The head wrap situation going on. Who can tell me my typical new moon ritual? What do I do every new moon? Let's see. Folks have been paying attention. And I am not asking this because I feel like you guys should be doing these things. It's not that type of quiz. I am just seeing who has been paying attention. And I like to share my rituals with you all to encourage you to develop your own rituals. Because developing rituals of any kind, no matter how complicated or very simple they are, as long as they happen at a regular consistency, really help to infuse the practice of being a witch into your daily life. And that's totally my goal in terms of helping any of you that feel like I am helpful. It's to help you go from that place of feeling like being a witch is something that you think about, something that you want, to being something that you genuinely feel like you are, that you embody. And regular rituals are a huge part of getting you there. So I like to have a new moon and a full moon ritual that I do my best to stick to no matter what is going on. And I've mentioned it, so that's the only reason why I'm asking. Yes, okay, so Nisi got it. June got it first time. Yes, I am fasting. And yes, June, my full moon ritual is bathing. So on the new moons, I typically fast. So today I will be fasting, only consuming liquids and fruit juices and stuff like that. And then on the full moons, I take a bath. But I was actually called to take a bath this new moon, and I think that has a lot to do with it being that the moon is in Pisces. It is such a watery energy and a watery element. I feel like my spirit was saying, the only element that makes sense to work with this new moon, to call in this new moon, is water. So unlike my typical new moons where I just fast, yeah. I am fasting and also took a spiritual bath this morning that was really beautiful, really helpful, and that included my head, which it doesn't always. But Pisces, in addition to being associated with our emotions, is also associated with our dream state, our visions, the astral realms, other states of being. So it felt right to cleanse my head and call in as much clarity, but also activity around my dreams, and let my dreams over the next few days, next couple of weeks, prayerfully, give me some guidance, give me some insight, etc. So working with our dreams, working with our visions, setting intentions that are based on our dreams and our visions is very much what this new moon Pisces energy is about. So I think when I'm pulling cards today, that's what I'll be focusing on for each of us and for each of your zodiac signs. Just what visions should you be paying attention to, or dreams should you be paying attention to, trying to gain clarity around, trying to turn into a reality, because in addition to the moon being in Pisces, the astrologers, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but they're all in a tizzy about Saturn, I think, being conjunct with the sun in Aquarius. Are there any astrologers in the room? Are y'all paying attention to this? The astrologers seem to be in a tizzy about this Saturn conjunction situation. But either way, what they tell us is that this Saturn conjunction adds an additional layer of restriction, of rigidity, of structure, which might on its face be like, ooh, oh no, rigidity, structure. But actually, those two things combined, the moon in Pisces and Saturn doing whatever its Saturn-y thing is, means that the energy is right for taking your dreams and your visions and actually turning them into a reality. seeing them take form, take structure, and have some like actual parameters around them, so that they're not just dreams anymore, but they're actual things that are coming into be. So this is a great time to really think big, you know, and be open to the wildest of your dreams, the biggest of your dreams, the most impossible of your dreams, because the energy is really right for actually like pulling it out of your head and making it become a thing. So that's really exciting to me. So I was like, you know, yes, absolutely want to take advantage of that energy. So my usual this morning, well, last night it started with prepping my bath and calling down the moon. And then this morning getting up and taking my bath and meditating and just being like open to that. And I'm excited. I'm excited, especially because I don't always dream. I have a very rocky, like, dream history, and I don't always dream. So I'm looking forward to having some dreams over the next few days. And I encourage all of you to do dream work as well over the next few days. Keep a journal by your bed. Do things to encourage dreaming. So that might mean working with herbs. Oh, good morning, Mika. Happy new moon. You know, that might mean working with herbs like mugwort and blue lotus and Kalia zakatichichi, aka green herb. These are all in my Lift Off Smoke blend, by the way. So it might mean working with herbs like that. It might mean burning herbs like rosemary to help you with your dream retention and recall, or putting a little lavender under your pillow to help you sleep deeper, so that those dreams are more vivid. Meditating before bed, etc., playing like theta waves or binaural beats when you sleep, etc. There's so much that you can do to increase your dream activity and make it intentional and meaningful. And I would definitely do that for the next couple days, yo. Okay. Do I do mail orders? Do you mean like, can you order online from my shop? You can, bronxwitch.com, if that's what you mean. Yeah, mugwort, people will say that a lot, but it can be sometimes mugworts, the dreams that you have when you consume mugwort can be like too much almost, if you're sensitive. Oh yeah, congratulations, Lauren. I was like, what are we congratulating? Yes. Congratulations. Thank you, Ginger Snap. Happy new moon. Oh, celebrate the first super chat from Ginger Snap. Oh, yes, thank you. May everything you give to me come back to you. What? 3 times 3. Yes. Okay, awesome. So that's what's going on astrologically that I'm going to be paying attention to. But like I always say, follow an astrologer. There's so much going on. This is the other thing. Pull your birth chart. The messages that I pull forward in the cards are going to be for your zodiac in general, sun, moon, or rising. If you want to get much deeper than that and have an understanding of how this new moon in Pisces will impact you even more specifically, then I encourage you to look up your birth chart. You can do it online for free anywhere. I use cafeastrology.com. Pull up your birth chart, and you're looking for the actual physical chart, the picture of it in the circle. And you want to find this new moon in Pisces is happening at 1 degree of Pisces. So you're going to look at that circle, and on the outside of the circle, you're looking for Pisces. So there'll be symbols. So you're looking for Pisces, and then find 1 degree of Pisces. So every chunk of zodiac has little notches, and it has 30 degrees. I think it's 30 degrees. And you're looking for the first degree, and then you're going to line that up with the very middle of the circle. And the middle of the circle has your houses. So you want to see what house 1 degree of Pisces lines up in. And that's going to tell you even more than this reading about how this new moon Pisces is going to impact you, because it's going to show you what house, aka what area of your life, this these dreams, these visions, these ideas that are capable of being manifested are occurring in your life. So that can be super, super helpful. You know what I'm saying? Because you might have dreams, visions, ideas about multiple things in your life. You might have career goals. You might have dreams about your family structure. You might also be thinking about like travel and I don't know, doing humanitarian work across the globe or whatever. Like you might have ideas and dreams about all types of things, and knowing which area of your life those dreams like could use your attention and should use your attention right now, that would be really, really helpful. You know, so I encourage everybody to pull their own charts and go even deeper beyond what comes up in this. Yes, I can repeat that. Okay, so what you want to do is pull your birth chart on any free website, and you're going to look for the actual physical picture of your chart. So there'll be written information, but somewhere on there, there'll be a physical thing. And on the outside of the chart are all 12 zodiacs, all 12 signs of the zodiac. And you're going to look for Pisces. And then in that section of the chart that is Pisces, you're going to see 30 little notches. You're going to look for the first one. That's the first degree of Pisces. And then on the inside of the circle, you're going to see 12 numbers. And those are your houses. It was 12, maybe 13. Either way, 12 or 13 houses. And whatever house 1 degree of Pisces lines up with, that's going to tell you a lot about what area of your life this energy is most prevalent. Each of the houses corresponds to an area of our life, like family or career, you know, travel, etc. So that'll tell you even more, because that'll be specific to you, what area of your life the first degree of Pisces shows up. And so that's super helpful to add on top of whatever information you get from this reading about your sign in general. Okay, everybody get it? That's how we use the astrology. We don't use it to, scare ourselves or, keep us cemented in some preconceived notion of what the future holds, but we look into it to better understand ourselves. When we were born, our birth is a snapshot of a moment in time. Who we are, we literally contain that energy. That is what came together to make each of us. So for me, it has just proven that if I pay attention to my astrological makeup and then pay attention to what's going on in the stars on any given day, they line up. And it helps me to better understand myself and navigate my life. I find it super useful. Your first degree of Pisces is in your 7th house of relationships. Cool. Okay, so that means that planting a seed, setting a new intention around your relationships might be a really good idea for you. If you have dreams about being in certain types of relationships that haven't yet come to be, this would be a time to go ahead and put energy into manifesting that. Perhaps some spell work, perhaps some spiritual work. Kind of up to you to decide how you go about it. But now would be a good time if you have visions of things that are not yet the case in terms of your relationships that you would like to see become the case. Use this energy for that. 12th house in that. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I want to pull these cards. Thank you again so much for everybody who has already given a super chat to raising funds for our cash for. Thank you. I appreciate you. I want to get started with pulling cards for us, but my tea is cold, and I just can't. I have to do something about that. So, in my fantastic high tea mug. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say right now. Okay, I'm gonna heat this up. I'll be back. I really don't like using microwaves, but here we are. Okay, here we are. We're back in full effect. Oh my god. A warming plate on your desk. Yes, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, I didn't have a microwave. It's so funny because that's the same one. I didn't have a microwave when I first moved out on my own many, many moons ago when I was 19. I didn't think it was an important item because even then I didn't want to use one. I couldn't cook then like I can now. I can throw down now. But back then were definitely my starter days, and I couldn't cook as well. But I was determined to do it. And I was just like, oh, so I'm just not going to get a microwave. That will force me to cook. That will force me to learn how to cook well. And I don't know, I just always felt like something about the radio waves was just like not a good idea. But my bestie is so funny. She has to have a microwave. She is not a like cook every meal type of a gal. She needs a microwave handy at all times, and she would come over and she would get super annoyed that I didn't have one because she would come over with like leftover Chinese and stuff and be like, I need to heat this up. So she bought me a microwave so that she would have access to a microwave whenever she came over. And that's the same microwave. I've never gotten another one because I'm like, I don't think. Maybe we got a new one at some point. I don't think so. I think that's the same microwave. There was just no reason. I rarely use it. So, and that was 15 years ago or so. So, long time. Long time. Okay, are you guys ready to get into the readings? Are we ready? Are we ready to get into the readings? Oh, did you hear Kitty? Did you hear Kitty? She responded. She was like, oh, yes. Yes? Yes, Kitty. She said, oh my gosh, get into it. I would do the same, Ginger Snap. I would use a toaster oven as well. Yeah, I would say 90% of the time, if I'm heating up leftovers, I put them in the oven. I just turn the oven on and put them in foil and put them in the oven. 99% of the time, that's how I heat up my leftovers. I rarely just do the microwave thing. Oh my gosh, Kitty, shut. Okay. It's cute at first, and then she doesn't stop. She does this thing where she goes into the next room, and then she meows like she's lost or something, like as if she's like in peril. And we don't know why she does this, because it's like, did you forget? And then we'll call her. We'll be like, Kitty, we're right over here, and she's like, and she comes running, and she's fine. Or like, do you just periodically get lost? You like forget that we're here or something, and you get like really stressed? It's weird. Miss K, what is going on here? We have a BronxWitch success story that I wanted to send some appreciation for. Your reading really inspired me to do big things. What? Miss K, thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I am really happy to hear that. I am happy to hear that you were inspired, you received the message that you needed to take a leap. That is awesome. That is super awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for sharing that and letting us know. So we can all be in that energy with you. You know what I'm saying? We can all be inspired. Yay. Yes. Ah, I love that. Oh my goodness. I remember that. Yay. I am so happy for you. That is so dope. Oh my gosh. Okay, for those of you who cannot see, Miss K said, you told me not to wait until my retirement to start wildlife rehabilitation. So we bought a beautiful new home on 10 acres and our own home sold in 48 hours. Yes, and over asking price. Ah! Yes, Stop Picking Your Nose says, how did it sell so fast? I'm going to tell you how it sold so fast. I'm not knowing anything about the real estate situation, but I'm going to tell you how it sold so fast spiritually. When you step into doing what is in alignment with your greatest good, that type of stuff happens. That type of stuff happens. It's going to sell quickly because it's been waiting to be sold. You know, it's just been waiting to be sold. The energy's been waiting for Miss K to say, I'm ready. This is what I really want to be doing with my life. Let's do it. And it pops off. I was talking about this with somebody the other day, like, when you are trying to, and this is not to say that things in life won't be challenging, that you put an effort into, but sometimes when we get that feeling that we are literally knocking our head against the wall, that we are trying to make something work that's not supposed to be working, or that something is falling apart around us, and we're trying so desperately to hold on to the pieces, a lot of times that really just slows down our blessing. Stepping into what is easy, like stepping into what we're supposed to be doing, in a weird way, ends up being easier. It ends up being easier because things just start to flow. And you won't know how. You won't have an explanation for it. Like when I try to explain how I've been able to keep HQ open for over a year, I cannot explain it. I have like no explanation for it. I can't point to any particular like sales or anything like that. It just keeps happening. And that is a part of how I know that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Because Spirit's got me and they're helping me to make sure that every step goes the way it's supposed to go, because I'm going in the right direction. So that's how that house sold so fast, because it's been waiting, waiting to be sold. I love that. Yay. And thank you so much for letting me be a part of it, letting me call that message forward for you. I am happy to be a part of it. So let's get the messages for everybody now. All right, if you are just joining us, this is the live new moon zodiac readings for the collective. I will be pulling a card for all of us for this new moon in Pisces to see how we can call in this energy of dreaming, of visions, of thinking outside of the box, so that we can turn those things into reality. And then pulling cards for each zodiac sign, sun, moon, or rising. If any of these messages resonate with you, you can say thank you with a super chat, a super thanks if you're watching this on the replay, or you can donate at bronxwitch.com. Private readings are available in person and online. Links are in the description box. And yeah, shout out to the Coven who make this episode possible. Let's make sure everybody knows. Alright. For the collective, I was drawn to these Madame Endura cards. Two messages coming through from them for us, for the entire collective. We have the Spider, be meticulous and patient. And we have love, true love and fidelity. Be meticulous and patient, true love and fidelity. I immediately thought about the spider that lives in the shop. I don't know if you guys know, if you've been to the shop. There's a sign in one of the bathrooms that says, "Do not kill the spider." In this corner, she lives here because she does. There is a spider that has paid her dues, and so she gets to live in the corner of the bathroom. And that was the first thing that I thought of. But I think the real message that's coming through there is about heightened emotions. Being that this new moon is in Pisces, this could be a very emotional time for people, in particular around issues of like love, ending relationships. I'm thinking of like the spider biting people, like relationships that have gone sour or that have poisoned is what I'm feeling. Things in our lives that have poisoned, that have gone bad, which might sound like kind of intense, but remember that the new moon is about setting intentions and planting seeds for something new, for calling in something new. And a lot of times we don't have the space for something new until the old thing is dead and gone, and that has to transpire sometimes in not so nice ways. So it feels like the message around this is about understanding that this is going to be a process. You are going to need to be patient with whatever it is that you are manifesting, and your emotions are going to be running on extra high as you go through it. So don't let that discourage you or get in the way. I think sometimes when things make us feel sad, it makes us think that we're not supposed to be doing that. And that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes the thing that you are supposed to be doing, the thing that is in alignment with where you're going, what you want, with your purpose, however you want to phrase it, is actually means doing something or going through something that's really, really sad or really, really aggravating, frustrating, or heartbreaking even. Okay, so keep that in mind. It feels like a lot of the new that's coming into our lives, this Pisces energy, this watery energy, it's stuff that is linked to things that really upset us or that really make us feel emotional, that really make us feel lachrymose and want to be crybabies and like cuddle up in bed and just, feel sad about it. Like, it's a lot of that type of stuff, but we have to go through that in order to get, out on the other side to embrace the new stuff. So we're deep in that right now. So don't be surprised if, the next couple of days are a little bit difficult on the emotional side as you make peace maybe with some endings, or prepare yourself for, new beginnings that are going to require your attention. So letting go of this stuff is a necessary move. All right. Let's pull some cards for each of the zodiac signs, starting with Aries. Jess is an Aries sun and moon. So if you are an Aries sun, moon, or rising, yeah, they do that. They do that ginger snap. They come and hang out for a while. They set up shop somewhere, and then they're like, okay, on to other areas. Aries, sun, moon, and rising, your new moon in Pisces message. All right, Aries. Well, you'll be happy to know you're getting to the bag. That can sometimes be an issue. So, financial opportunities are definitely coming through. This also feels like partnerships. So it's interesting. Relationships seem to be a big message here, because it feels like other than just like getting financial opportunities, you're also gaining partnerships and relationships that will be beneficial to you. So some of you might be enjoying, the blessings of a referral, like somebody referring you to somebody or somebody that you know being referred to you, that will help you like get a job done cheaper or faster, or, give you a good deal, something like that. So this might not be like somebody literally showing up and just handing you $1. It might come in the form of like saving money or saving on costs or saving on fees because you knew the right person, or you got the right information from the right person. Okay. So if you had a relationship that was not paying off, then that is what you are going to want to maybe release, let go, that has come to an end, that no longer needs your time and energy, because there is a much better partnership and a much better opportunity that feels like it's just waiting in the wings for you, and it can't quite come through because you've got this other relationship going on. So some of you might need to be stepping away from some business partnerships, or this might be romantic for some of you. But whatever it is, if you walk away from this situation and end it completely, you open up space for something new to come in. Okay, so that vision that you have, that dream that you have, whether it be around money or just opportunities that could lead to money, those dreams are literally like just, the word I want to use is pregnant. Like the ideas are pregnant with potential. Like it just feels so full, and like you have so much possibility. You just have to, or not just, because I know it's not easy, but letting go of anything that has gone sour, that is no longer benefiting you. That's going to be really important right now, because there's something much, much better, and it feels like it's just waiting. It's just waiting. And it also feels like the next 2 weeks in particular will be really important to having that come in. So I would pay very, very close attention to anybody new that you meet, new job offers, new things. You know, sometimes we hear things and we're like, I don't know, I'm fine where I'm at, or, you know, where I'm at isn't so bad, blah, blah, blah. I would not do that, Aries. I would pay very close attention to any opportunities that come up in the next couple of weeks. Don't ignore them or put them on the back burner, and ask yourself, what is it that I'm holding on to that would make me not capable of taking advantage of that opportunity? Because you might miss out. You might miss out. You don't want to miss out on the bag. Right, Nisi? You don't want to miss out on the bag. Okay, Aries, heed the words. Heed the words. All right, Taurus. Let's do Taurus. Yes. Taurus. Taurus, does somebody owe you some money? We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and that was the most compelling sensation was money owed. An opportunity to revisit and maybe recoup on getting some money that is owed to you. This also feels very legal in a lot of ways. I feel called to pay attention to the justice scales and the legal aspect of things like that, Taurus. So you might be looking forward to an opportunity to start over in a way that involves some type of, like, I don't know, paperwork or decisions where you get back, you know, something that you put in, or something that's owed to you, or some type of, like, what's repercussions, you know, like for whatever it is that others have done. So, you know, maybe you have an employer that owes you some money or something like that, or maybe somebody, I don't know, screwed you out of a deal or took an idea or something like that. Those are obviously all hyper-specific examples that not necessarily apply to all of you, but I'm just... Okay, thanks. The Peanut Gallery said reparations. So, and it's actually, it's funny you said that, because Nisi just mentioned Black History Month. So, Taurus, are you fighting for reparations? If you are, then this might be a good time to cast for it, or do some type of work around getting back what belongs to you. If you are, you know, getting creative, coming up with ideas, and other people have taken them, stolen them, or whatever, you might have been trying to figure out how to get back, or how to kind of right the scales there. It just feels like maybe something has been taken from you. This could be time or energy, but it feels more specific than that, like, actual ideas or actual things. And the planting a new seed, starting over, starting fresh is going to mean letting go of what previously happened and turning your attention to your new visions and your new dreams. But letting go of what previously happened might involve some type of like legal action or something like that. So if you've been contemplating taking legal action against somebody or going to a board or filing like a formal complaint or something like that, it would be a good idea to go ahead and do that. That's going to help you actually get back what you lost or get back what was taken from you, and help you to fully turn your attention to your new, whatever it is new that you want to do. Because it feels like, I don't know if you, are Tauruses known for carrying grudges or holding on to grudges? Because that's sort of what it, not like a grudge, but it just sort of feels like if you don't get justice, if you don't get the situation worked out in your favor, then it's going to linger over you and you're going to hold on to it, and it's going to be hard, continue to be hard to move on to something new, and to let this go fully. So if you've been wondering whether or not you should file that complaint or go for that lawsuit or whatever, I would say yes, go ahead and start making your arrangements for how to do that, because once you do, and a decision has been made, you will be able to move forward. You'll just be able to move forward. So if you've been looking for a sign that going in that direction is a good idea, then there's your sign. There's your sign. Exactly. Lauren, you had to pause. Okay, next is going to be Gemini. I don't think I asked you guys what you're drinking for tea. Are any of you drinking tea? I am having just straight up ashwagandha root. Yes, and I'm loving it. Ooh, our Taurus Sun, the message received. Okay, yes. I'm glad that resonated, my love. Okay, Gemini. Coffee for you. I'm probably, I don't know if there's coffee left. No, I don't think there's going to be coffee left. I was going to. Oh, I thought you were going to add that too there. Okay, I might have a little bit of coffee there. Woo, okay, Gemini. Coffee, black chia spice tea after. Ooh, how fancy. Green tea with lemon. Yum. Green tea, very good for your metabolism, weight control. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh. Missy, that explains a lot. I wasn't thinking about that. Ashwagandha is used for stimulating fertility. I was more focused on its sedative effects, but that does explain some things. Lauren, your pregnant dreams. Yes, let them give birth. Okay, Gemini. Hey, what's going on, Gemini? Let's see. Okay, Gemini. Yeah, you are having a whole spiritual awakening. You are having a whole new birth. 100%. This new moon in Pisces is big, big, big for you. You are starting over. You are starting fresh. You are presenting yourself to the world in a whole new way. As I was shuffling, the Hierophant in the reverse popped up, and then I pulled Judgment, double major arcana cards. So this is very much a transition for you in your life. Together, it feels like you are just throwing off all of the cloaks of conservatism, all of the traditional values, traditional behaviors, the buttoned up attitude, the buttoned up, all of that. You're completely throwing that into the fire and like being reborn. I just hear do, 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 from the horn in the Judgment card, just announcing a whole new way of being. This feels very Christian. These are two of the more Christian iconography having like cards for me. So I probably shouldn't be super surprised if you're watching this video or you're tuning into this live that you're going through this, but this might be particularly strong for Gemini right now, feeling a desire to separate yourself from like the Judeo-Christian mindset. Some of you might be actively leaving a church or church group as we speak. You might be watching this video because you're like, I really want to learn more about tarot cards, and I don't know who to talk to, so here I am on the internet. But there is a strong desire to want to actually show up in the world as this new version of yourself with these new values. And this new moon in Pisces is a beautiful energy to help you with that. Again, new moon, a time for setting new intentions, planting new seeds, but it's also a time for letting go and shedding. So if letting go and shedding your old friend group, or maybe the way you dressed or the way you carried yourself in your community is something that you've been desiring to do and just haven't been able to bring yourself to do it, this new moon in Pisces energy could really help you with that. I was talking a little bit about Saturn, the little bit that I know, but it seems like if you have this dream of being something that's just totally different, that's totally out of the box, you really have like all the stars in alignment for turning that into a reality and really making that a thing, in a good way too. Like, I think the fears that you might have around showing up differently in the world, are valid, but I think you're going to be really pleasantly surprised at the way that you are received when you do it. So go for it, Gemini. You do not have to be what they want you to be, Gemini. You can be different. You can be different. You want to do BDSM? Do it. Wear leather to church. Okay. Cancer. Pisces message for Cancer. Okay, Cancer. Oh, I'm glad that resonates, Linda. Cancer. Okay, Cancer. So, yeah, my dreams are so pregnant, yes. All right, so first of all, weathering the storm. There's some rockiness going on, Cancer. Feels financial, so, slow your boats. Row your boats. Just be careful out there, okay? A little bit more balance in the wallet would be a good idea. I just think that, the feeling here is just a little impulsive, Cancer. I think there's been some impulsive spending maybe going on lately, and that's letting, it's not causing the chaos that's going on around you. The stuff that's going on outside of you is not in your control. So yes, I understand things come up in life that's like, oh, I can't control that. Like, oh, that bill, there's nothing I could have done about that. Like that, I can't control that. But the thing is, the more control that you have over yourself and your personal situation, the less chaotic life becomes when these external forces happen. So, like, what I mean by that, or an example, is that when I used to work in the restaurant industry, I would always work really hard to try to have a very buttoned up, orderly shift. And before I would get started for the day, like before we would open or whatever, I would make sure to stock everything, fill up everything, make sure everything was ready. Even if it was like a Sunday and we were expecting it to be totally dead and there were no reservations on the books, I would still fill everything and stock everything up as if it was going to be a busy day. Because if you take care of and take control of the things that you can take control of, when things you can't control happen, you are ready and it's less chaotic. So people would look at me like I was crazy for setting up the bar fully every day, even if it was going to be a slow day, except for those days when, a bus with 25 kids would show up and they needed a restaurant to have dinner at. All of a sudden they like picked hours. You know, a last minute party of 10 would suddenly walk in and everybody's ordering 2-3 cocktails like a minute, you know? So it would seem silly at first, but whenever there were those moments of chaos, an external force that I had no control over, I didn't know that this tour bus was going to pull up on our street and decide to pick our restaurant. Like, you know, all these things, I can't control these things, but I can control myself and my situation, and by staying on top of that, I'm able to weather those storms a little bit better. And that's the message that's coming through for you, Cancer, is that it's not that Spirit is saying that you can't ever spend or you can't enjoy yourself, you can't have a good time, you can't let your hair down. It's just that you do it to the point where when chaos from the outside world happens, you're not ready, you're not prepared, you don't got it, you don't have enough. And so you can have a good time, you can let your hair down, but maybe work a little bit harder to prepare yourself for those rainy days that come up. And this new moon in Pisces might be a good time for you to start something like a new money saving regimen or something like that. Sit down and think of what type of financial stability you want to have. Let the dreaminess of Pisces maybe help you to really see with clarity the difference between where you are and where you want to be. And then maybe use this new moon to start some type of a structured budgeting thing that you do for yourself. Money bowl time. Yes, Lauren, that is a great idea. Yeah. Something like a money bowl that you maybe put into every day. You take the change out of your purse and you put into that bowl every day, while you manifest the vision of what it looks like to be financially stable and be able to control, or to be able to weather life's chaos better. All right, Cancer. Leo. Mighty Leo. Your new moon Pisces message, Leo. June heard it. Val heard it. Yes. Welcome, Val. Hi. I didn't know you were in here. Hi, darling. Okay, Leo. Okay, so Leo, it's time to get up. It's time to get up. We have the Four of Swords in the reverse. It's time to get up, okay? There has been a period of rest. It might actually coincide with the number 4 weeks, 4 months, maybe 4 years. But there has been a period of rest on your part where it feels like you kind of tapped out a little bit. This is not a judgment. It's not to say that it wasn't well deserved or anything like that, but it feels like you may have decided to take an extended break or an extended vacation from something, and now it's time to go ahead and get back up. It's time to wake back up and get back to work. The rest has been had. There should be a lot more clarity around the situation, and I'd hope that point out that I myself did a head wash this morning. I am a Leo sun, so this resonates with me very deeply. I very much feel in my own life like January in particular was a big rest month for me, and that kind of lingered on and extended on into February, and now it's time for me to go ahead and get back to work. Full steam ahead and putting, all of my energy and effort into the things that I am working on. But that rest was very much needed. I needed it both physically to have some rest to myself, but also mentally in order to gain some clarity over things that I'm doing and, how I want to do them. So Leo, this might be where you are feeling as well, where this new moon in Pisces is kind of ushering in an opportunity for you to restart your engines, and rev back up again and get back going again. You might have rested for like a little longer than you had planned or expected, and that's okay. It just means you were more tired than you thought you were. For some of us, this will be literal, like we needed to rest. And for others, this will be more figurative or metaphoric. You might have needed to step away from a relationship or from a situation for a little bit. You might have been giving someone in your life a little less attention, thought, time, because it was just maybe a bit overwhelming, or you were starting to grow tired. And now that you've had some time away, you've had some time to disconnect, you're feeling ready to attach again. You're feeling ready to interact again and connect again. But you definitely needed that time away. And the lessons that you've learned are important, so definitely make sure to hold them close and pay attention to them. Don't ignore them. The visions, the dreams that you had, this is, heavy dream energy here for this dreamy new moon in Pisces. This figure being asleep and the swords representing the mind, hovering above him or in this direction below him. But there's definitely going to be some important downloads in your dreams, Leo. So pay close attention over the next few nights to what comes through in them and what they might mean for you. The rest is over. It's time to get back to work. It's time to get up and go. But it feels like there's just like maybe one or two more things that need to come through for you to feel like you fully get it. But either way, the end of your rest period is coming. It's your last few snoozes in. Because it's definitely time to get up during this new moon phase. Okay? Get back to work. Get back to work. All right, Virgo. Oh, thank you, Missy. I'm glad that is on point for you. Yes, Leo rising. Yeah, It was nice while it lasted. I definitely, I pushed it. I pushed it to the limit because I had said to myself that like January was going to be my month to recoup. And then when Imbolc hit, I was going to deep clean the apartment, clean up my hard drive, and like get back at it. And like in some ways I did. In some ways I did, but in other ways I didn't. Like there are personal things that I just feel like I could be going a little bit harder. Like I'm not waking up as early as I used to. I've been getting up really like on the later side. I haven't been doing some of my like full altar rituals in the mornings. Yeah, and I just want to get back to certain things, and I had planned to do that at the beginning of the month, and that definitely did not happen. It happened a little bit, but not all the way. So. Yes, it's time to get back to work. Okay, Virgo, your new moon Pisces message for Virgo. 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 Okay, partnerships for sure with you. Okay, partnerships for sure with you, Virgo. Okay, so as a collective, this feels a little bit like a re-emergence. Virgo relates to hermit energy typically, and I think that there is a tendency for Virgo to kind of go on their own and do things on their own, whether it be because they want to have it done a certain way and feel like they need to be the ones to do it a certain way. Whatever the motivation may be, Virgo, I feel like the energy around Virgos is to do things on their own, and to tackle things by themselves. And this just feels like maybe you've learned an important lesson about not always doing it that way, because it feels like there's a desire from Virgo now to connect with people, to build partnerships, and to try to do things more with like the assistance of others. Asking others for help, reaching out to others, letting others know what you are going through. This could be like medical professional others. This could be others of different types of professions, but people who have it feels kind of professional. Like I feel like Virgo, maybe sometimes you don't want to get professional help, for whatever reason. You just feel like you can do it on your own, or maybe sometimes you just want to be kind of frugal, or you're being a little over analytical of the situation, and whatever your individual motivations may be. The message here is now is the time to reach out to others and let others help you, and trust their expertise, and trust that they know what they're talking about, that they have your best interests in mind, and that you are not any weaker or going to be perceived as any weaker or less capable because you are asking for help. If it makes you feel any better, I'm feeling drawn to like this exchange of the cups. If it makes you feel any better, you might want to look for people who you can kind of barter and exchange with. So rather than a situation where you go to somebody who's like really above you and you ask them for help, maybe find somebody who is a peer and on your same level and has accomplished the same, a similar level of success, so that you can say like, I need help with this. I can offer you this if you help me with that, and we can exchange. And that might make it a little bit easier for you if you're hesitating, because I feel like some Virgos out there feel like they know that they need help, they need partnership, that they can't do it on their own, that they need a doctor, or they need a therapist, or they need a lawyer, or they need an accountant, or they need marketing help, or like whatever it may be. that you need something, but you haven't yet been able to say those words out loud and really reach out to other people for those relationships, because they're not going to just fall into your lap. You are going to have to extend your hand and say, hey, you person over there with this skill or this resource, I am in need of those things. Can we work something out? So you're going to have to do that, and it feels like it's coming. It's like it's right there in your throat, but it hasn't actually come out yet. And so this new moon Pisces energy might be helpful for you to actually get that out. You might need a good cry. We're talking about Virgo. You might need a good cry first. You might need to scream and like beat some stuff up first and get the emotions and the jitters and all of that out of your system first. But then it's time to say, okay, I need help, and go and reach out to people that you want to have collaborations, partnerships, relationships with. Go ahead and extend your hand. Yes, Jen. I'm glad that it resonates. Yes, absolutely. If you are trying to start a small business, I can tell you from experience, relationships with people are going to be absolutely everything. I didn't really know what that meant at first, but now I do. This, you guys are helping to raise money for a cash drawer for the shop. This is the result of a relationship that we have fostered in coming into these lives for the last couple of years. Relationships will really get it done. Things that you think that you cannot, that you'll never get done, someone will just swoop in and be like, hey, I can offer that. Hey, I can help you with that. And that can be so amazing. But you do have to be ready to reach out and ask people. Sometimes you will get people that come along and just say, hey, I'm going to offer to help you with that. I think Mika's in here. Mika, shout out to Mika. She's a copywriter. Just offered to help with my with the product descriptions on our website. Like that will happen to you, but it's not going to be all the time. So you do have to speak up and speak out and let people know that you need help, and try to offer what you can to them in exchange. All right, Virgo. Hi, Wendy from Australia. Wow. Welcome. Next is Libra. You're very welcome. Libra. Yes, we did do Leo. Okay, Libra. All right, Libra. Well, the oracle message is definitely speaking very strongly for you. You guys can probably see how this energy all echoes each other. Okay, Libra. So I wouldn't be surprised if you are particularly in your feels this weekend and today and tomorrow. There's a lot of stuff coming up for you around romance, around love, around fidelity. There's a lot of a sense of maybe a little bit of pain and loneliness. Obviously, all the Libras that are watching are not going to be single folks, but it does feel like that energy is coming through the strongest. quite a few Libras in the building are listening to this message may be finding themselves without a partner or leaving a relationship, and some of the feelings around that are particularly strong this weekend. I feel like maybe today coincides maybe with some anniversaries for some folks or some special birthdays or something, and that might be making this weekend a little extra heavy, a little extra sad, a little extra lonely. So that's kind of the focus here. That Piscean energy of the moon is just going to keep the waterworks flowing. So I don't even know if there's anything that you can do about it. It's interesting that it's like this white, cloudy raininess, because that's exactly what it looks like outside the window right now. That's the weather. That's, and I'm a Libra moon, Libra rising. So I definitely feel the kind of like the sadness that is coming up this weekend, especially around relationships. I'm feeling that very, very strongly. So if you're a Libra and that's not resonating with you, then you might want to leave this message behind for the next Libra to pick up. But for quite a few of you, it feels like Libra, some of the sadness, loneliness, heartbreak associated with ending relationships, breakups, or just being maybe unhappily coupled, are definitely coming through really strongly for you this weekend. And it feels like the message here is a very like empowering one, in the sense that it's like it's up to you what you want to do about it. This situation feels very painful, so do you want to continue to sit in it, or do you want to move forward? If you want to move forward, then really the only thing that you can do is what Spirit told us, which is be meticulous and patient. So if you're thinking about leaving a relationship or a situation, maybe you are wanting to make your exit plans before you actually leave. Hey, that's on you. That's your choice if you want to do it that way. But the pain that you are feeling is going to persist until you remove yourself from the situation entirely, So just know that, I guess, Which I think is good to know. It's like sometimes you have to make peace with your own emotions. So it's like, okay, I know that I'm going to be sad. I make peace with that. It is what it is. I am going to be sad through this process. That is what's going to happen. This is a shitty process and it hurts. So voila. Just because I feel shitty does not mean that I should not continue to move forward, putting one foot in front of the other, and moving out of this situation. Yes, Lauren. I like YouTube because you can rewatch during the stream. I think you can slide back. Unlike like Instagram, where you have to wait till the live is over. All right, Scorpio. If you are just joining us, these are the new moon and Pisces readings for each of the zodiac signs, sun, moon, or rising. If these messages resonate with you, then you can leave a super chat or a super thanks on this video. You can donate to our shop, the HQ shop, using the QR code, I think. We are raising funds for a cash drawer, our first cash drawer at the shop. Now we are asking for a message for Scorpio. Scorpio, you also have the Six of Pentacles also in the reverse. So I have to ask you too, Scorpio, does somebody owe you some money? Does somebody owe you some money? Ooh, the first thing that came through with this though is tax. So yes, somebody owes you some money, Scorpio. But this is not quite what it was for Taurus. Was it Taurus? Yeah, I think it was Taurus. Not quite what it was for Taurus. This is more of an administrative kind of a payout. So you might be owed money from the IRS. We are in tax time. So you might be finding out during this new moon phase about your refund amount, or have some issue or something or other cleared up. It also feels personnel related, so you might be looking for somebody to do your taxes, or deciding, who to go to, or whether to have somebody do your taxes instead of doing them for yourself. But yeah, this feels very tax related. It's a very specific thing, but very like administrative fee type things coming on for you. Some of you maybe want to learn about taxes. Any of you going to like tax school? Is tax school a thing to become an accountant? Or interested in learning more about finance or about accounting, things like that. Letting go and stepping out of like old ways of doing things with money, and learning how to look at it differently, and exploring it differently, and maybe also spending money as well. So, okay, okay, Scorpio. Lots of things, Scorpio. Some of you are looking at a refund, a return, something administrative, some type of a payout from like institution, government body, etc. Some of you are looking to learn about these types of bodies, these types of agencies. So you might be looking to become certified as an accountant, etc., or in some way educate yourself about finances, blah, blah, blah. So these are like two different camps of Scorpios are coming through, and then there's like a third camp of Scorpios coming through. And for you guys, this message has to do with being reckless with money, spending money, maybe even being like deceptive about money or fraudulent about money. Okay, and that could have some type of legal or administrative consequence or repercussion. So you may have been not telling the truth about your taxes. You may have not been telling the truth about your income. Okay, I do not judge you, but you may have been keeping secrets about, which is, fairly Scorpio of you, but keeping secrets about how much money you're really making, or things like that, what your business is doing and stuff. And that could be coming to a head in the next couple of weeks. So you might just want to keep that in mind, and do what you can, maybe hire a lawyer or something like that. But yeah, for some of you, there's a sort of a deceitful energy around this, and it feels like the administrative bodies or the agencies in charge become involved or become aware. So just a heads up about that. And if you are going through that situation, you can always book a private reading. We can explore that more deeply for you. Wow, my daughter just finished tax school. Oh, okay, interesting. So perhaps you can carry this message on to her. But yeah, so for those three different camps of Scorpio, I guess the message will kind of hit a little bit differently. But for you, you're planting new seeds, you're starting over and letting go of former ways of being. So let's see here. I guess if you're in camp 1 and you are owed money is coming to you, etc., or perhaps there's some type of a blockage around that money coming to you, then you might actually want to maybe do some spell work with this new moon in Pisces. You might want to cast for that money to come to you, to come towards you, to be drawn to you as the moon grows from new to full. This money gets closer and closer to you, so it can get like freed up from whatever might be delaying it or slowing it down. If you are learning about taxes or you're learning about finances, then school might be something that you might want to start for yourself, a new endeavor, a new project. Classes, courses, workshops, things like that are great seeds to plant in furthering that type of a mission for yourself. And if you're in the third camp and you are a Scorpio who has perhaps not been honest about everything going on with your money, and there may be some repercussions or what have you, the new moon is a time that folks will do banishing and releasing type of work. So perhaps you can banish some the situation away or something like that. But yeah, for each of the different groups of Scorpio, the message will kind of lead you to a different solution, but this is what you need to be paying attention to. This is the area of your life where you may be dreaming, and your dreaming may be nightmares if it's a situation where you have been deceitful, but you may be thinking about your finances or just finances in general more than other times, and you can really bring that into reality and make it a real thing during this new moon in Pisces. So I would pay attention to that. I would pay attention to that, Scorpio. All right, next we have Sagittarius. Okay. Okay, Sagittarius. So big transitions for you as well. Hi, Jasmine. Hi. Hi. Happy new moon. Okay, so a few cards fell out while I was shuffling and felt like they wanted to be a part of the reading, and two of them are major arcana cards, and it just definitely feels like this is a very pivotal, transformational kind of time in your life. You have the Lovers here, along with Judgment, and the Nine of Swords. So first, I'll talk about the dream aspect here, because the Nine of Swords is coming up in the reverse. So you may have experienced some nightmares or some freaky weird dreams, or some things popping off this weekend in your dreams. If not, definitely pay attention. Keep a journal by your bed in the event that happens tonight or over the next couple of nights. With this moon in Pisces, Pisces is related to our dreams and the dream state, our dream mind. And with it in the reverse, it really feels like there's some significant relief to be had from the information in your dreams. There may be some worries. It kind of feels like maybe you go to bed a little bit worried, or with a lot of thoughts on your mind, or lately have been feeling like you're going to bed with a lot of thoughts on your mind, a little weighed down a bit, but there's actually like information in your dreams to help relieve that. So it's like going to bed with a question and then actually getting the answer. So if that hasn't happened already, that really could happen in the next couple of days. And I would encourage you to keep, a pen and paper close or something, so you can jot those things down and not miss them, and really use them to your benefit, because the information in your dream seems to be what will take you to this transformation of the Lovers and the Judgment card together. Man, it just seems like there's so much here. Like, relationships on every level in your life are being called into question and are being given the opportunity to be looked at, revisited, and like totally redone, you know? The angels in these cards are really interesting. The way they loom over everything, and angels being agent of judgment. It's almost like it's time for, this is a time in your life maybe where you're kind of doing like a roll call of people in your life where it's like, you stand up. Okay, now you, like, what is your value to my life? What do you bring to the table? What is the nature of our relationship? Do I get as much from you as you get from me? And then, you know, deciding what to do from there, and then calling the next person up. So it's like a revisiting and a recalculating of whether or not folks in your life really deserve to be there, and whether or not they're really, relationships that you want to foster and continue. Roll call is very much the message. And I keep looking over at the oracle cards of love and being meticulous and patient as being advice for you. And so Spirit is saying, just make sure that you're doing this from a place of love and you'll be fine. Not every relationship that you have is intended to go on forever. Not everyone that you were like friends with in the past is going to be your friend forever, etc., etc. You can release people with love. And if you keep love present in your mind, then you'll be able to navigate that much easier. And then the Spider is here to say, be meticulous, be patient. Know that this is not the type of process that really should be rushed. And it might be a little bit uncomfortable, but you want to take your time with it. Guidance and clarity on the process comes in your dreams. So definitely be paying attention. Okay, Sagittarius, definitely be paying attention to your dream situation. Hi, Mark. Welcome. If you are new here, these are the live new moon readings for the zodiac signs. So, sun, moon, or rising. This confirms my personal card pulls for the week and earlier this morning. Good. I feel like readings always, that's all they ever are, you know? I tell people sometimes when they come to get readings from me that, like, prepare to be bored, because I think a good reading really just is confirmations and validations. If something comes out of total left field, then that maybe is an indication that something's not quite, right. I'm glad this can confirm for you. Wendy. Oh, good. If these messages resonate with you guys, I very much appreciate your super chats, your super thanks. We are raising money for a new cash drawer for the shop, and we're almost there. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn, I don't know if you feel like you have been getting deceived, or if you feel like there is perhaps knowledge that is just not available. So yes, some of you might feel like you have been deceived by actual people, but I think perhaps for more of you, this is more about occult practices and learning about occultism and knowledge that is hidden or obscure knowledge or not very well known knowledge. You may be diving really deep into this type of stuff. You may be, buying yourself some books, watching videos, or what have you, learning more about the occult. But whatever your interests might be around hidden knowledge, secret knowledge, go ahead and explore that. This new moon in Pisces is the perfect time to be exploring things like this. This would be a great time to do some trance work, journey with medicinal mushrooms or other psychoactive plants. Yeah, Capricorn, this just feels like a very auspicious time to explore the things that are unknown. It feels also like for a small chunk of you, it may actually be unknown information. So you may literally be dealing with a situation where you feel like you're being left in the dark, or people are not being totally forthcoming with information, or like conversations are happening behind your back that you're not being let in on. And this would be a good time for you also to explore those and like try to get to the bottom of what the situation is. I almost feel like this is permission from spirit to be nosy a little bit, because it does involve you and impact you. So they're like, yeah, go ahead. They're talking about you and you need to know what they're saying. So perhaps for you, your dreams might help you with this too. People sometimes have premonition type dreams or astral projection type dreams where they're able to travel to places. So maybe you're able to travel to where your coworkers are talking crap about you and listening on the conversation. I am not an active dreamer. I have not ever, I think I may have astral projected once, but I haven't done it enough to be really certain about that. So that's not one of my strengths, but there are plenty of you out there where that's like one of your strengths. That might be something that you can use to your benefit during this time to get to the bottom of some unsure situations and find out what is really going on. But for everyone else, all of the other Capricorns, this really more feels like a call to explore occult information, dive deeper into your interests, into some of the mysteries and the mystery schools. Some of you might be doing research on the mystery schools or seals and practices and magic from like ancient Egypt and things like that. Go ahead and like really fully, lean into that, continue into that. There's a lot of personal development and growth and insight that is going to be gained from you learning more about this kind of practical information. So, and this time of year, the new moon in Pisces is a great time to explore that type of stuff, because that is a focus of a lot of that type of magic. Occultism does a lot of exploration around trance work and flying ointments and poisonous plants and things like that. And so learning more about occultism can really like open up your access to that state of being, the dream state, the vision state, all of that. Oh, thank you, Lauren. For your pregnant dreams. Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate it. All right, next is Aquarius. Aquarius. Yes, they're lovely. Good morning, Lauren Berg. Okay, Aquarius, we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. You know, for you guys, like Aquarius is already so out of the box and already so spacey, and I say that in a good way. I don't mean like spacey like not paying attention. I mean spacey like visionary, like in outer space. Aquarian energy is sometimes actually a little bit difficult for me to get along with. I'm a Leo sun, and you know, we fall exactly opposite Aquarius on the wheel, and sometimes Aquarius energy is a little too out of the box for Leo. You know, we just want to get it done. You don't necessarily want to get it done in the like most mind-boggling way. And Aquarian energy can really be focused on how do we do this totally differently? How do we totally shake up the program, start from scratch, start over, really do something different? And it feels like Aquarius, like you guys are already so right that this could be a very, very, very powerful couple of days for you. The Queen's sword being upside down, it feels like literally it's just piercing down into your brain. And I feel like last night, tonight, tomorrow night, the dreams that you have are going to be like almost painfully clear, crystal clear. They might feel like visions. They might feel like they might be astral projections. They might feel like, what do they call that? Sleep paralysis, you know, where you think you're awake, but you're really asleep, or like whatever. You might have those types of experiences, some type of like wild, almost maybe violent type of psycho experiences. For those of you who struggle with your mental health, I would definitely encourage you to, make sure that you are on top of your medications, that you have someone to call, that you have, a direct line to your therapist, that you talk about any emotions, thoughts that might disturb you or might be intense that come up at this time, because it feels like you're already so open to messages from the universe, and then having the moon be in Pisces where that type of connection is being activated in everyone, it just feels like it could be intense to the point of being overwhelming. So if your mental stability isn't perhaps, where you would like it to be, that might be a little bit much. So I just want to give you the heads up about that, send you some love, some hugs, and getting through it. But this is why we do this. This is why we do these readings around the astrological transits that are happening, so that we can prepare ourselves and not be taken off guard when these things happen. So if you know that that's coming, you can make some plans for yourself. Maybe take a day off, have a self-care day. Know that you're going to be receiving a lot of intense messages. Know that you're going to need to give yourself the time to just like get right again, before you get back out into the world. So just be prepared for that, Aquarius. This might be an incredibly active next couple of days for you in a mental way. So heads up. Laurenberg, you came in just in time then. Yeah, if you have physical symptoms of psychic downloads or spirit activity, ringing in your ears and things of that nature, I would not be surprised, especially if you're an Aquarius, if you have a increase of that, during these 3 days or so. All right, and finally we have Pisces. This is your new moon, Pisces. You get that, Regina? Yeah, so it might be a little extra these next couple of days. I would just pay attention to when they're happening and make a note of it somewhere. It's also popping up. Oh, thank you, Laurenberg. Thank you for being here. All right, Pisces, your new moon in Pisces. Well, no surprise here. We have the High Priestess in reverse because you are Pisces and it is the new moon in Pisces. So, of course, you are going to be very, very deep into your intuitive stuff during this moon phase, Pisces. So, intuitive messages and psychic messages feel like they will probably be really increased and heightened for you. Some of you have been trying to awaken those abilities or those insights. You may have been asking yourself, like, how do I trust my intuition more? How do I know when I'm receiving a psychic download or intuitive hit? And I'm picking up on something. And so exploring that these next few days would be a good idea for you. It might be just like a good learning exercise as you kind of just go deeper and get more comfortable with trusting yourself, trusting your visions, trusting your gut when it speaks to you and things like that. So this might be about getting deeper for some of you Pisces. And for some of you, it's an introduction because some of you are very new to words like intuition and psychic. And are just beginning to take a spiritual or a magical walk in your life. And so these are concepts that may be completely foreign to you totally or very, very new to you, and you're really just starting to work with them. For you guys, this would be a beautiful 3 days to do some type of meditation or some type of like dream journeying. Okay, so they have these guided meditations that you can get online, on the YouTube or whatever, that are designed for you to listen to as you are going to sleep, and it is to help you to have lucid dreams, to have control of your dreams, and to really like interact with them. I would maybe play some stuff like that before going to bed, just to make sure that you just fully optimize on every message that is going to be coming through for you, because even though you might be kind of new at this, there's like experiences that are just kind of like waiting to happen, and the energy is really right for it now. You're open, the universe is open, Piscean energy is nice and high, dreams are really vivid, and this is going to be one of the best opportunities for you to have an experience as like a newbie, we all need like reassurance sometimes, to be like, I'm not crazy, this shit's really happening, they're really spirits, I'm really talking to energy, like this is really happening. Sometimes we need those experiences to solidify, our faith, I guess, and what is happening around us. So those experiences can happen for you. I just think you might want to encourage them along a little bit with like some guided meditation or something like that. All right. Hi, Betty. Welcome. We just wrapped up. Welcome. You guys, I'm kind of devastated. I'm working from home today, but I realized that I left my computer charger at the shop, which means I'm going to have to go to the shop to get the charger and come back to work. Devastating. But anywho, other than that, I'm very much looking forward to the rest of this day, soaking in the rest of this energy. I literally was in the middle of but like I just wrapped up my bath before coming live with you guys. So I left my altar candles burning. There's like a bathtub full of flowers that I need to clean up. And then I have to go get my charger. So we're doing that. And then tonight at 7 o'clock is Witches of Color support group. So if you are a Coven member and you are BIPOC, you can participate in the Witches of Color support group Zoom session. That happens tonight at 7 o'clock. And then you guys are going to kind of get a lot of me for the next couple of days. I hope you're okay with this. Because then tomorrow morning, we are going to be chatting with Witch Bitch Thrift. There we go. We are going to be meeting with Witch Bitch Thrift, Eva, and Virginia. It's a 2-for-1 special. If you are a Coven member, you get to tune into the live behind-the-scenes recordings of the BetterWitch podcast episodes. And our next recording session is tomorrow morning with Eva and Virginia. So they own Witch Bitch Thrift, which is a really cool witchy thrift store in Connecticut. We're going to talk about witching on a budget, being thrifty, how to pick shops that have like the right values, etc., etc. And then at 1 o'clock, if you follow my shop on Instagram, I'm going to be going live with my Reiki teacher to talk all about our upcoming Reiki weekend. The Reiki certification classes we're going to be offering at the shop, and just answering questions generally about Reiki. So yeah, a lot of me on this camera for the next couple of days. Hope we can handle it. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate all of you being here. I pray that you all received messages that resonated with you deeply. If you did, don't forget to like this video. You can say thank you with a super chat. If you're watching this video on replay, you can say thank you with a super thanks. Let's see how we did. We managed to raise $45.54 for the cash drawer. So guess who's getting a cash drawer? Guess who's getting a cash drawer? Yes, the cash drawer. Thank you, Betty. Thank you. That just took us to 4806. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for showing me love. Yes, cash drawer in the bag. I'm excited. Oh, I like that. Oh, why did YouTube hide that? It hid your emojis, Lauren. Yay, we made it. Thank you guys so much. I don't know if I'm going to do this for every live, but it felt right, after the success with the sign last time, to try it again. So I'm so grateful. I will definitely post pictures. It's not as pretty as the sign, a cash drawer, but I will still post pictures on the BronxWitch HQ Instagram page probably when the cash drawer arrives. So thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. Yes. Oh yeah, don't you worry. The cash drawer will be consecrated. It will be anointed. There will be various charms and trinkets in it, and some citrine for sure. Thank you, lovely. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We do have an Amazon registry for the shop. If you are looking for it, the link is in the description box. You can also find it on our website, bronxwitch.com, on the Ways to Support page. We have a registry of supplies, things like pens, paper, cash bags, we need easels for the books on the bookshelf to display the bookshelf. So, just like operating things, napkins. I'm always going to shout out Addie for getting us toilet paper, because you don't know how important it is to have toilet paper. So all that good stuff. So that is a great place for you to go if you are wondering, what we're looking for, what we need, what we currently are in need of. That's also a good place to go. So. Thank you to lovely. You are loved and appreciated too. Thank you, Laurenburg. I appreciate you guys. Now, for all the locals, Laurenburg, all the folks who are in town, give me like a week. But then after that, you got to come see the cash drawer because you made it happen. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful rest of the day. If you are a support group member, I will see you later on tonight. If you are a Coven member, I will see you tomorrow. And if you are none of those things, I will see you for our next live Zodiac Tarot readings on the full moon. All right. Bye, guys. Blessed be. Have a beautiful day.